So today is the day that I get out of my comfort zone in a way that I have not done yet this year. I don't know how keen I am for this. Right now I'm filming it on my phone, but when I get to town, I'm going to be whipping out my camera, my full big mic, and pulling all the attention to myself. Right now it looks like I'm just on a video call, because that's what people do these days, walk around and do video calls. That's what today's video is about. Getting out of the comfort zone and vlogging in public. Okay, so I was supposed to catch a bus to the next station, but with the strike still going on, it doesn't seem like there's any buses going. Anyway, that's beside the point. This video has been a while in the making. Sort of give it like a bit of a backstory to it. I have been struggling with vlogging in public for one thing, but my goal this year is to push myself out of the comfort zone. You know, like do stuff that I wouldn't normally do because I was uncomfortable or scared to actually do it. And the prime example would obviously now be vlogging, but it's with everything that I've done this year. You know, like I have a fear of heights, I have a fear of public speaking. I seem like a bit of a ninny anyway, but my goal has now been to push those things, and I've done that in pretty much everything. I've gotten over my heights, my fear of heights. I've started pushing my photography stuff and like actually doing portraits and doing with people I've never met before. Like previously I was doing with people I knew, the people that I felt comfortable with, and now it's into the next chapter. And the vlogging thing was one of the things that just stopped me, you know, like just actually put me down. So that's what this challenge is sort of about. Like now as people are sort of walking past me, driving past me, I can't stop recording, which is what I have been doing. Like I would wait and let people go and then record, or I'd stop mid-sentence and try and pick it up again, which doesn't always work so well. As you can see, people driving past and still going. It's still nerve-wracking, but lucky enough I'm on my phone right now, so it doesn't matter because I'm not that worried about it. But when I get into town, into where there's a lot of people, I'm really going to put myself out of the comfort zone and use my camera with its microphone and everything. So I'm just a little bit scared. But so what sort of led to this point was I posted on the No Small Creators group. I'd keep going and like people saying like pushing your comfort zone, and another YouTuber decided to reach out, and he said he wants to do a collab. So I was like, yeah, sweet, I'm keen for a collab. Not knowing what the collab was, it was to vlog in public, and we're going to use each other's footage, and it'll all come through here when I actually get into the stressful part. And I'm quite excited for it because I do want to get out of my comfort zone, and I do want to keep recording and doing cool stuff. But I have to get out of the comfort zone. So that's what this is about. Vlogging in public, where I'm scared to do things the most. So I finally made it to where I wanted to vlog, and now I'm going to get rid of my phone and move on to this. So it should make quite a bit of a noise. Well, attract a lot of attention anyway. So let's see how it goes. So the whole thing with change settings. So the whole thing with this comfort zone thing, I'm just trying to get this camera set up right so that I can hold it properly. The whole thing is, right, like if I think about it, like now vlogging while I'm walking in the streets with this massive camera, is that the comfort levels hold us back. You know, they stop us from actually doing creative things, like actually being out there. I mean, if I look at it, it stopped me from vlogging for the better half of almost 2 years, and we just don't do enough of it, and we're scared of what everybody else is thinking. And you know, walking in the streets now, it doesn't seem as busy. I mean, it's a couple of cars, and I was hoping to get off at a different spot, but for this collab, which is with there's another 3 vloggers involved, I decided to put myself in probably the most uncomfortable position that I've ever been in to do it. So I've picked a very touristy destination. Just gotta make sure that like, nobody's watching me in an incorrect way. Why is my settings not working? Anyway, this lighting seems a bit off, but it's also because I got the thing right behind me. But I'm sort of going to be going very public, where there's going to be quite a few people. So yeah, wish me luck. And I'm also going to get my favorite ice cream that I cannot wait for. It's from Unframed, and it's like proper vegan ice cream, and it is just like seriously cool. So I will be, you know, just going on a bit more about this whole thing, if I can actually hold this damn camera up. I'm so used to using my phone. But yeah, like it just prevents us from actually creating, and we're limited by the comfort zone to a large extent, you know, because if it's comfortable and it doesn't like really like challenge us to do something we wouldn't normally do, we don't do it. Like, we just stop. So let's get really public with it. Okay, so a bit about the area that I've chosen. Please excuse the sound if it is a bit like funny. It is a bit windy today, and I wasn't expecting it to be this windy, but hey, it's Cape Town. So I've chosen the most public spot, which is probably the V&A waterfront, or the Victoria and Alfred waterfront, and it is now becoming tourist season, and it is now peak traffic time. So people are leaving their jobs now, people are going home or coming to the waterfront, and should be quite busy. So walking around like this might be a little daunting. I'm about to go around the corner where I should start seeing like a whole load of people, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually quite nervous, but in a good way. Like being able to see how I can push myself. Why is this thing not? Let me just see if I can quickly sort these settings out. Okay, that should be a lot better, I think. I don't know, we'll see when it gets into the computer. Just with the sun behind me, it doesn't really help much. So it should be fairly busy. But anyway, back to the whole point of it is that, you know, we stop ourselves because it's difficult. You know, getting out of the comfort zone is difficult. Getting into positions that we don't think are comfortable, we stop creating, we stop doing, we stop pretty much everything, just because we don't want to, you know, like we don't want to push ourselves further. And I think this challenge of vlogging in public is quite a cool one. And yes, the idea was, you know, a virtual collaboration where people are, so, you know, it's easier when it's in a crowd. So now that there's no crowd and it's one-on-one but virtually, hopefully it'll work. You know, like hopefully it'll create quite a cool little thing where more and more people get involved and more people start doing things. Let's hope. So now we're going down the stairs to the public. That's something that I would usually do. I would stop filming, go back home and finish off the vlog and finish off the episode. But there hasn't been enough people, you know, like I was hoping that there would be a ton of people in this vlog. Like I was seriously hoping there would be a lot more. See, my settings are still aren't working. Something's like a bit iffy with this camera. I'm more used to using my other camera. I usually use my 5D, and that's a lot easier to operate than this thing. I'm using the 200D, which works because it's got the thing anyway. When I get nervous I mumble, so excuse me a little bit. Anyway, my personal challenge for this comfort zone, or why I'm so eager to do it, I was going to bounce on it. So like, I was supposed to film yesterday and things came up, but I wanted to sort of avoid doing it because I'm a scaredy cat, as I mentioned. So being able to do it is actually like quite cool, and seeing what I'm willing to do You know, like, no. In all honesty, people don't really care. You know, they might look at you funny for a bit and, oh, what's this idiot doing? But do people actually really care about you running around in public filming? Like, I've gone past a few people, a guy back there just smiled at me, and people don't really acknowledge, like, looking at all these people and nobody really cares. So why do we stop? Like, I don't know, crossing traffic, can't wait to get my ice cream. That's like more what I'm excited about. They didn't even notice me. That was interesting. Just didn't care. Anyway, back to the ice cream. It's probably the best ice cream I've ever had in my life, and I probably shouldn't be having any because the person isn't with me. So anyways, I think I'm gonna take the scenic route where it gets like really busy and we can actually be with people properly. We're doing the loop-de-loo to avoid it, but I want the challenge to be a success. So let's walk through the waterfront. That sort of gives a sense of how busy it actually is here, where like everybody's here. Probably the busiest place, and I'm going into the busiest section of it. This is all for Trae and his vlogging in public challenge. It's quite cool actually, but I thought it'd be a little bit worse than what it was. It's actually quite cool. People look at you and they sort of smile, they wave, get involved, want to be involved. And I mean, as you've seen, it's like quite busy here. I found a sort of quieter area where I can go get to my ice cream than going all the way around. But people don't really mind. Only thing I'm concerned about is that the audio might have decided to bomb out, which will really, really suck because I might not have plugged in the jack properly. And I'm hoping that it only went out when I moved the thing around to get some of that B-roll. But yeah, I like it. So let's do more vlogging in public and push ourselves to a new limit, you know, get out of the comfort zone and see what more we can actually do. So I finally have my ice cream. A strawberry and celery sorbet. Damn, it's good. Who would have thought celery would work in a sorbet? It's really, really good. Yo. And on that, cheers. Wait, like, subscribe, and do all those things, please. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry, this stuff is just amazing. Okay, cheers.